you know, as a young player, I had a lot of problems with the blunderings. Even like a grandmaster, you know, like this happened very often to me. So I would like to share my experience with you. So I would like to explain how to fight these things, you know, how to play these positions, and how to play critical moments, how to play. I will show you a couple of games and couple of things that I completely missed in this session. Okay. So I played against Theodore Biasis. He's one of the FIDE master from USA. So I was black in this game. This was a Sacramento Chess Open. This was a fourth round. So this was like a 5-round tournament. So you know the success in this game was very important to me. Okay, so after d4 96, c4 e6. So e6, knight c3, bishop b4. So I will explain a bit also the theoretical parts in all the games that I played. So I'll try to explain what they did and why I choose certain lines. But definitely main thing will be on some blundering, some critical moments in the game. Wins also. So okay, let's go with the game that I think was one of my toughest losses last year in the USA in USA tour. So I played against the Grandmaster Corrales Jimenez. I was white, and this was the last round of the very strong tournament Cherry Blossom in Virginia in USA. So I had advantage. I'll just give you a couple of words. So I had a huge advantage from the opening, and I thought like it's a game over, like I'm winning it. And then the guy found some unbelievable strong masters, so found very strong moves. I just didn't believe what happened on the board. So I will show you everything. So one more time. So what we are doing on this session, on this camp, is so I want to show you some blunderings that that the grandmaster are missing. Let's say in this moment they're missing me or my opponent. And so how you can prevent that, how you can play better with some critical options and some critical positions. So let's take a look. So hello everyone, and thank you for following one more time. So let's take a look. So again, this was the game from the last year against the Corrales Jimenez. So I was in this position, so I was white. So hopefully there are some strong Sicilian player there. So this is the line of, do anyone who knows what line is it with 96 of the Sicilian? What's the name of this line? And the browser, yeah, you can freely write your answers. So do you know what's the line of this? Richter-Hauser. Nice answer. Yeah. So yeah, classical Sicilian Richter-Hauser. Yeah. Oh no, neither. That was the question for number one. So neither is the line with a6. So this is the Najdorf. Like a lot of the strong players play like the Najdorf, like a lot. So this is it. Yeah. Yeah, we can call this the classical Sicilian, but I like to call it classical Sicilian Richter-Hauser. So that's my point with the 96. Okay, so we have another point. So G6. This is the name of this is dragon variation. So that's another name of this Sicilian. And with the E6, we are entering Scheveningen. So this is like all the 3 or 4 lines of this. So, but let's go through the classical. Yeah. But let's go through the classical Richter-Hauser and let's see what happens. So knight e6, I play bishop g5 here. So we have some other ideas here, like a bishop e2 maybe, bishop e3 also, f3, bishop c4, Sozin variation. But here, the most principal move was bishop g5. And okay, e6. So we are entering the one of the main line. So queen d2, a6, long side. And now my opponent played a very interesting move, h6. So this move was actually very interesting because honestly, I forgot the line. So here I knew for a couple of main moves here. So one of the lines here is to play the move bishop b7. So this is the main move. Now white can choose between f3 or f4. So this is like the two main options. But of course, after this move, also there are the line is like to play bishop b7. That's also like a normal idea with f4. But here in this moment, after move a6 long side, he played h6. So the problem with the Sicilians, you want to go bishop h4. That's actually the line also. Yes. So, but in this position, I decided to go for bishop h4 is of course perfectly normal. Hello everyone, again one more time. Thank you for following. So in this position, after move h6 here, knight e6 it's fine, but the move e5 it's kind of after it you need to be careful. So I played along with knight e6. So that is the truth. So I took on c, he took like this, and now e5 move. The question was e5. It's not so strong because if you go e5 here, black will just take on g5. So you're not on time. Like I don't want to move the knight, right? And if you take just this, and black will be much better because of the structure of the pawns and the bishop here. On f6? Okay, you probably thought like, why do they take on c6? That's the one of the lines because I was afraid of knight d4 at some point. That's the position. You have other options like bishop e3 here, and let's say something like bishop e7 or bishop e7 here. The question was why did they take on c6? Because I wanted to destroy a little bit the structure and to play for on the d6 pawn. Yeah, knight g4 is coming later. But let me show you what happened here. So on a6 long side, he played this h6 idea. No worry, always I'm happy to answer. So h6, and I played the move knight e6, bc, and now I played this bishop f4, and now he played the move d5. So okay, in this moment, honestly, I made the first tiny mistake. Okay. So all of this is like the typical Richter-Hauser idea, and now I need to choose between two moves. So the main thing here, I played in the game queen e1, and that's actually the wrong idea. So here I forgot about the move order. So the main move thing is to put the queen on e3. Why? Because with this move on e3, at some point I can play queen g3, or maybe I can put the queen on the third rank at some point. But if I go queen e1, somehow you will see. Somehow he'll pin. Option of the pinning is possible also. So that thing was, I was not fully sure what would happen. So I think that the tiny thing was, queen e3, queen g3. But just the one thing you need to be careful is like move like knight h5. So that kind of things you need to be always on time, and you need to be careful. But let's see what happens. So I played this move queen e1. So the funny thing, like after it, my opponent told me that this was the novelty for him, and okay, obviously for me also. So, and I think the way for me to punish me a little bit, no, d4, it's a bit too much here because the queen is pinned here. So if you go like something like d4, I think I can go maybe with d5. Because you have a problem, because you can't go here, I will take on d4. So this kind of things are possible. So here you need to be careful because of it. So, always be careful when you're moving the pawns in these positions because, exceptionally here. Now, in this position, the move that I was afraid was, I will show you everything. So the move that I thought was the best was bishop b4 here. Pinning the knight for the queen, and I believe that can be a problem. The move like that I got the question, like move like knight h5, I believe that here I can play just bishop b2 or bishop e3. So let's see, even if I go bishop e3 here, the problem is this knight on h5. You know, and now you have a bad knight. I didn't do anything, you know, you didn't achieve anything bad, you know, anything a lot, like with the knight on h5. And maybe I will just go g4 and bishop e2 or bishop e2. I will just keep developing and attack with the knight. So that was my point. But what happened? Okay, so here instead of this, he played bishop e7. So he didn't want to play bishop e4. So he didn't want to pin me. So that was probably, you know, the best move. So he played bishop e7, and I played f3, logically. So he played queen b6, I played g4. So here I was happy with the position. I think he missed his chance with the bishop b4. And when he missed this, I got a good position. So, bishop b7, bishop d3, everything is logical. He plays c5, and okay, now my only thing what I can do is I need to take the on d5. Because if I don't do that, he'll push c4. So I took on d5, and now after ed, now it's coming some interesting things. Okay, so move like ed, it's probably not working because if he takes with the pawn here, that probably will be a question. So if he takes with the pawn, my queen is pinning the bishop on the open e-file. So it's a problem for him to make castle. So I will just definitely go for h4. And after h4, I will go for g5 or something, and I have a very nice position. So you see, a king is very important. This is 7 points. What happened after ed was that, okay, he took on with the knight. Just queen e2. Yeah, I agree. One question, like ed h4, queen e2 rook. Okay, idea was queen e2. Okay, but even you need to be careful even with the queen e2. Some ideas with the c4 because of the bishop. So it's not but so simple to put a queen here because of it. But definitely it's the one of the ideas that I had in my point. So, but in this position he didn't want to open it. So he took with the knight. I took with the knight. He took with the bishop. And after bishop e4, I was so happy with my position. I thought, wow, okay, I got a very nice advantage here. You will ask me probably why, because, you know, I have this structure advantage. Okay, the b file is open on my king, but I was, you know, somehow I thought that it's okay. So here in this position, okay, obviously he played the best move, bishop f6. So my only thing to defend the b2 pawn here is to play c3. So I'm weakening my king a bit, but it's not so dangerous. So he played castle, and I think this was like, okay, I think this was the first mistake from my opponent in this game. So instead of castle, okay, give me some moves, guys. Like instead of castle, what will you play here? It's very, I can say a little bit strange move, but it's very nice. So what do you think? What's the best move here for black? Instead of castle, on the short side. Instead of short castle. So camp about blunderings, how to fight them, what are the reasons why the blunderings happening. So let's keep some, let's take a look at some of the games. We have a couple of it. Let's take a look in the game against the very famous international master from USA, David Vigorito. I was black. I blundered some crucial moments, but in a critical moment I blundered the pawn. So I definitely want to check with you what happened here. So okay, let's take a look. My chat box will be there. Hope you will enjoy today's lesson like these first two. Okay, so let's take a look. I was black. Hello there. So let's take a look. I was black here. Knight f3, d5, d4, knight f6, c4, e6, and now my opponent playing move g3. So obviously, you know, this is the entrance in a Catalan defense. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was black, sorry, yeah. Thank you. So after move g3, we enter the Catalan defense. So here, black has like a lot of options. So one of the options, of course, is like bishop b4. That's my favorite. Other options are like bishop b7 here, that's also the option, or maybe to take on c4. So more or less you can choose between these three ideas. in the in the recent period, I will say that move bishop b4 is the most playable line. So let's take a look. So on bishop there, bishop b2, again bishop b2, the most playable move here. Other options for white are like knight bd2, bishop b2, or even something like knight c3. But with the move knight c3, this will transpose to the new Indian with the g3. So white didn't want to go for it. So here, obviously, we can say that that's the main move. So here now for black, there are two options. So black here can put the bishop on d6, or black can put the bishop on e7. So these are the two main squares in this line. Most of it, I will say that bishop e7 should be the main move. And of course, I played bishop e7. I played in a couple of games the move bishop e6. I will say that's also very interesting. So I played bishop e7 here. He played bishop g2, castle, castle, and now I played knight bd7 and c2. So for a while, and now I jumped in knight e4. Honestly, I saw the game between, I think played, yes, Elyanov Grandmaster was white and Carlsen was black. So bishop f4, c6, and now the tricky point is move knight c3, and now idea of black is push g5. So the whole concept in the knight in the center is actually to push g and push f and to push pawns on the side. Maybe it's looking dangerous, but that's the main idea. So after g5, white played bishop c1 back, and I played f5. So all of these moves I knew already. So you can imagine that the theoretical part is quite important here. So I just pushed g and f here. Okay, so b3, and now I played like a novelty. Okay, so what is my idea? So the whole concept for now is good. I have just a problem how to develop the bishop. So I have a different ways how to do that, but my plan here was a bit different. So I played the move to rook b8. So maybe some of us probably ask what's the point of the move. Idea of move rook b8 is to push b5. So I want to push b, and I want maybe to try to close the queen side. So I want to push b, and I want to maybe to take bc, bc, and maybe to put the bishop on a6. So that's a whole concept. So on bishop b2, I pushed b, and now he plays c5. And on my move c5, I play bishop f6. Okay, so finally I have enough time to put the bishop maybe f6, g7, to relocate the bishop on a better square. So after bishop f6, he played b4, tried to close. Okay, so here I was afraid that in this position, maybe he will go for a4, ab. So I didn't want to give him this option, a4, ab. So I played on the move b4, I played a5. So immediately I counter him in center, he played a3, and now I play bishop g7. Okay, so I can say that most of these moves are very logical. I didn't want to go a4 yet because I don't want to close it. Who knows why will I need this? Maybe sometimes you need ab, maybe you want to keep the a5 open. So I didn't want to close it yet, because if you close it, white will just put all the pieces in the center. So I wanted to keep this queen side open, but I just didn't want to, in this position, I didn't want to let him to play a4. So I played a5, a3, and now I will see. So I keep this open. But interesting idea, because of course I thought about that. So I played bishop back, he played rook to b1, so everything was looking nice, and now queen e7. So here, honestly, I thought that my position was very good already, and that my idea was very simple. So maybe I just wanted to play yes, I wanted to play maybe g4. The line with the g4 that you suggested here, I think I will not put the knight. You need to be careful with the g4 here. Definitely one of the reasons is because I don't want to put the knight on h4. So in this position, after move g4, I will definitely try maybe. Yeah, the thing what I was not why I played this bishop g7. There is one more reason, is because he can just take it, and after taking, he will jump in. And suddenly this kind of thing, let's say even if you take, let's say this, take here, if you go here back, you know, white will just open the position with f3. So it's not so simple here, like maybe it's looking good, but definitely white will not jump on h4. So in this position, so this g4 will not solve all your problems. So you need to be careful here not to push it so fast. So that was the reason why I played bishop g7. I wanted first to, you know, to prepare my pieces. So that was a good move. But what happened was, like, he played rook d1. That's kind of logical. And now I play queen e7. That again I think is okay. And now was very interesting. So in this position, first he took on e4. So okay, that's more or less normal. But in this move, after my knight d2, I played the move e5, and I thought, wow, I got a very good position here, my friends. So soon enough, we will have our first question for today. So e5, you know, obviously it's looking very nice. My first question for you guys on the move e5, what do you think? What's the best move for white here from strategical point? This is the first move that they blunder, but this is that they blunder strategical point. It's not like a blunder tactical thing. So I blunder strategical thing. My question is, knight b3 immediately, it's possible, but I was not afraid so much in it. I wanted to take, maybe maybe something g4. I was not afraid of it so much. So I'm asking about strategical point here. e3, I thought like something like e3 was logical, but that was the move that I was not afraid of, as I will explain. Bishop e2, so you know, maybe it's not so, like, this position is okay for white. I don't think it's a bad mistake, but I agree that it's not something special for him. Yes, guys, so f3 move. Okay, just to answer some questions. Okay, so move now like knight b3 that you suggested, I don't think it's something special. I can just take maybe, and I can play g4 maybe. I can stop this move even more, so I believe this is this is in my favor. So this can be like a first thing to do. The second thing after move e5, I was knight e4 threat. It's not a threat anymore. I can just take, I think. It's not enough. Like if he takes bishop b4, I can take here. So maybe if he takes on t6 and or h7, king h8, you know, I don't believe that's enough material for the piece that we gave up. So my pieces are good, you know. I just need to play knight f6, and I will be in the control of everything. You want to take with the queen, okay? Here, like, but okay, if you take with the queen, I can do just. I can maybe just trade the pawns in BB, and maybe I can just play bishop e7. Again, I don't think you're a piece down, so you need to do some, you know, some very, you know, good thing here. So, but I think I'm fine here. So I don't think this knight e4 will bring you some very dangerous things. It's possible, of course. You're not completely lost, but I think that I would be happy with this. No, the thing was, okay, so move like knight b3 also was not, knight e4 was not. No, the thing here that I was kind of afraid, not e3. Like on e3, I will be kind of happy. If you go e3, now I can maybe just trade everything. Like I can maybe even I can play ab, maybe ab, rook a8, or rook a8 immediately. Something like this, yeah, definitely it should work. Or maybe I can just, you know, I can maybe take just. Probably will take with the pawn, because if you take with the bishop, I can jump in, and this is not definitely a good thing for you to do. So let's see if you take like this. You know, I was quite happy with my position. Maybe I can go knight f6 here. I just like this pawn structure, you know. But again, you know, there's always move f3. Yeah. But let's take a look what happened in the game. But definitely he played the best move. He played the move f3. So I will say this is a little strategical point that they missed. I thought this move was not possible. And now everything is starting to be very sharp. So first what they did was, okay, so nothing. I thought, first of all, I thought e3 move was possible. And my first plan was to play e3 here, but from the black side. So question for you guys, what will he play on e3? I will not move, so I want you to maybe a little bit to practice calculation. So move e3, what will you do? I will explain. Yeah, okay. e3, I will play e3. Where you will go with the knight? This is a question for all. Nice kashish. Okay. Nice panasar. Okay. Now guys, super question. So on e3, careful, the queen and the knight is hanging. So on knight move e3, you want to go knight b3, right? And I will not move the second. So my question was, on knight b3, what will you play on a4? Yes, nice. I got it. On knight b3, what will you play on a4? Nice. Yeah.